Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we'll have an AMA with Muralikrishnan from Xiaomi India. So Muralikrishnan is the Chief Operating Officer and he will be talking to us regarding the Xiaomi Redmi Note 10 series. So you guys have asked us a lot of questions, so we'll be picking up few of the questions what you guys have asked, and we'll be asking Murali for some clarity on the Redmi Note 10 series. So we're going to start the AMA with Muralikrishnan right now. So let's get started. So we have with us Muralikrishnan from Xiaomi. He is the Chief Operating Officer for Xiaomi India, and he will be talking about the Xiaomi Redmi Note 10 series with us today. So welcome Murali to Technique. It's great to have you on this show.
Thanks Nirmal, and hello all listeners. So lovely to be here.
So let's have this question thing. So first of all, congrats on a big successful launch of the Redmi Note 10 series. I think it has been well received by almost all of I mean, even globally also it's well received. So first of all, congrats on that.
Thank you.
Next, so let's just quickly go to the questions what we have. So we have a mix of questions, a couple of them from my side and a few of them from the audience or our subscribers. So they have a lot of questions regarding that. So we'll just mix up and we'll ask all the best of them available. So the first one is the reason for going with the Snapdragon 732G processor, because a lot of devices are now going with the Dimensity chipset, especially when Dimensity is being showcased as a very powerful chip for gaming. So what was the specific reason for going for 732G, although it's an upgrade from the 720G? Is there any specific reason for going with the 732G?
Actually, a whole host of reasons. Look, the choice of a processor on a smartphone, especially a mid-ranger like the Redmi Note series, is not a trivial one, right? It's fairly complicated because the Redmi Note series is the ultimate all-rounder. You'll have to figure out stuff around performance, around graphics capability, around the image processing, thermals, battery efficiency, pretty much everything. And it's a very complicated, multifaceted decision. And the reason why we chose 732G is frankly its gaming capabilities. It's got truly standout gaming capabilities with the Adreno 618 GPU, and when you couple that with the Spectra 350 image processor, which does justice to the 108 megapixel sensor that we put in. I mean, from our perspective, we believe that was absolutely the right choice to make, to put that into the Redmi Note 10 Pro and the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. And mind you, this is the fastest Redmi Note that there ever has been. Super happy to have made the choice. And I'm sure our consumers and we fans will truly appreciate the choice that we have made by choosing the Qualcomm Snapdragon 732G on the Redmi Note 10 Pro and Pro Max.
Okay, that's great. So next one is one of the most important questions we have got. That's the reason for skipping 5G, because now every other brand is into launching 5G devices. Even Xiaomi has launched the Mi 10i. So now, what is the specific reason for skipping the 5G on the Redmi Note 10 series?
I think, all right, we need to face up to a few facts here. Could we have put in 5G into the Redmi Note 10 Pro and Pro Max? Yes, but that would have resulted in a couple of trade-offs, right? If you have to have a 5G chipset, let's accept the fact that 5G chipsets are definitely more expensive than the equivalent 4G chipsets today. And that's the state of the market, because new technology invariably is more expensive. That's fact number one. Now, if you had to have a 5G chipset in the Redmi Note 10 Pro and Redmi Note 10 Pro Max, then one of two things would have happened. One, we would have had to price the phone fairly more expensively than where it is today. Maybe instead of 19,999 for the 6128, it'd probably be 24,999, 25,999. These are just rough numbers that I'm giving, but it would have been substantially more expensive, right? So that's one part of the challenge. Or to maintain the same price point, we would have had to trade off on some really important features. For example, it might not have had that 108 megapixel quad camera array, or it might not have had that beautiful 6.67 inch Super AMOLED display with 120 hertz refresh rate, 1200 nits of peak brightness. These are trade-offs that you have to make. All things considered, the other important point is, look, it's not just a couple of weeks ago when almost 78,000 crores of 4G spectrum got auctioned. 5G will come. 5G will become mainstream in India at some point of time, but I don't know if it's really around the corner, right? We believe by the time people get to upgrade their Redmi Note series, 5G would become mainstream, and they'll have plenty of choices, including from the MI India stable for them to choose. Ultimately, bottom line, we chose to give users stuff that they have a lot of utility for today than benefits that could accrue to them in the future. And in this trade-off, we are fairly confident that we have made absolutely the right choice for our users.
Okay, great. That makes perfect sense. Okay, now next one is regarding the MIUI. Now, I think in the launch event also I was told about the MIUI 12.5 update, which would add some additional features. So, when can we expect the MIUI 12.5 on the Note 10 series?
Firstly, a few words on MIUI 12.5. We're actually quite excited, and I'm sure all of our users and Mi fans will truly appreciate what we have brought to the table. It is lighter, it is faster, it's better, and the most important thing is just the sheer amount of control that we give users on various fronts, just in terms of having a bunch of core apps and removable apps and uninstallable apps and so on. But you need to appreciate the fact that, look, it just requires a whole host of rigorous testing. There's also customization of various features that we have for India, and some of that has just got kicked off. I can definitely assure everybody that the Redmi Note 10 Pro and Pro Max would be amongst the first devices to get MIUI 12.5, and that should be around the corner. Some patience is all I request everyone for. It's not too far away, but some patience would truly be appreciated. Thank you. Thanks for that.
Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, now the next question is regarding the Redmi Note 10 Pro and Pro Max. Now the only difference here is that there is a 108 megapixel sensor. Now the other one has a 64 megapixel. So many of our viewers have asked does the 3K difference is purely for the sensor alone, or is it kind of a marketing thing, like you reduce the rate of Pro so that you have to adjust that in the Pro Max? Is it some kind of thing, or is it just the sensor pricing alone?
108 megapixel sensors are actually few and far in between. Nirmal, obviously you have a lot of knowledge on how capable the ISOCELL HM2 sensor is, right? I mean, it's fairly cutting edge technology. The third generation sensor, 15% lighter, smart ISO capability. I mean, it's got a lot going for it. 9:1 pixel binning. It's got a lot of tech going behind with it to deliver unmatched image quality. But that's the nature of technology, right? When you have such high-end cutting edge technology, the initial pricing tends to be a little bit higher. As and when Moore's law kicks in, the prices start to flatten out over a period of time. We believe that as far as the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max is concerned, we had to put perhaps the best possible in that price point in terms of camera and photography capability into that, and which is why we chose the 108 MP HM2 sensor. But just given the nature of pricing of some of these components, the price difference between the Note 10 Pro and Note 10 Pro Max as of now is unavoidable. I think it's just component pricing having its play.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so next is regarding the ads in MIUI and the new changes which has been got into this new series. I mean, there are some changes in the ads and how MIUI is being delivered to this Redmi Note series. So you can just give an idea about what are the changes happening in the ads side.
Look, ads in MIUI have an interesting story. And I've said this in the past and I'll say this again. I mean, we unnecessarily get bashed up on this front. The point is, a lot of people are not recognizing the fact that lot has changed in the last 12 to 18 months. The sheer number of ads, the frequency, the placements has come down substantially. The number of preloaded apps has reduced, will reduce even further with MIUI 12.5 and give far greater control to consumers in terms of uninstallable and removable apps. The number of push notifications has come down. While there were, after a point of time, I think people are relying more on historical perception than actually recognizing the changes that have been made. And I'm hoping this is a forum where people can actually assess us for what we provide currently, which is a very, very clean and neat experience. The feedback has come. We have heard the feedback. We are making changes. We'll continue to make changes. Even all the applications where there are ads, people have the liberty and the ability to turn off these personalized ads. It's not that, it is thrust on the user and nothing can be done. Even when you set up the phone, there is a toggle switch with which you can turn off these personalized ads and recommendations, even when you're setting up the phone. Now, all of that control and power is provided to the user. I would only request, humbly submit to everyone that, look, assess it for what it is today. And even if you don't appreciate it, at least acknowledge the fact that there has been a lot of change as far as ads on MIUI is concerned.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Okay, next is regarding the in-display fingerprint scanner. Now I know in-display fingerprint scanner is obviously costly when you implement it, but having in Super AMOLED display, did you ever think of like at least providing in the top end Pro Max the in-display fingerprint scanner?
There are two kinds of people in this world: those who like an in-display fingerprint sensor, and those who like a side-mounted fingerprint sensor. And ultimately, it boils.
Yeah, actually, in fact, just to interrupt you, actually there was a fight between two Me fans saying that one like the in-display fingerprint scanner and other one like the side-mounted. So it's like a mixed opinion. But still, many asked us that. That's why I just put this question to you, so you can.
Sometimes it boils down to choice. Look, with the Redmi Note 9 series, we introduced the side-mounted fingerprint sensor, and we actually got really good consumer feedback. Like when your phone is down, it's just so easy to pick it up and unlock it with the side. Of course, this being the Note 10 Pro Max, the usability and utility of a side-mounted fingerprint sensor, and also the faster response time is greatly appreciated. And of course, that we've also added touch gestures to the side-mounted fingerprint sensor. You can take a screenshot, you can initiate a call, you can do a whole bunch of things with that double tap gestures also on the side-mounted fingerprint sensor. That being said, and you're right, you acknowledge that if this was to have a in-display fingerprint sensor, of course, the pricing would have been substantially higher. And that's also one of the considerations, but not to take away from the effectiveness, utility, and simplicity of the side-mounted fingerprint sensor, which has given us a lot of positive vibes from users for the Redmi Note 9 series.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so next is again regarding MIUI. Now Redmi Note 10 series has Google Dialer, Google Contacts, and a lot of Google applications instead of the Mi Dialer. Now why this question came up, because many people said that with the Google Dialer some features are like cut down what they had with the MIUI Dialer. So what are the specific reasons why you went ahead with the Google apps instead of the Xiaomi's own dialer?
So this is one of the things where, there's this phrase in English, damned if you do, damned if you don't. So look, we've got so much feedback that there are so many MIUI apps preloaded, and, there is no control, and people call it bloatware and all of that. So what do we do? Hey, there are two fantastic native apps from Google. Let's put the Google Dialer, let's put the Google Messaging app, and it provides a cool native experience for various users. And that's frankly the major motivation behind this. Now, the one feature that you're talking about, the call recording feature initially was not available on the Google Dialer. That was something that we learned. We immediately reacted to that feedback. We worked with Google. Call recording feature is available on the Google Dialer today. You can check it out. You can check it out on any of the other phones that we have the Google Dialer. I think a bunch of Mi-range phones have it. The Redmi 9 Power has it. And of course, the Redmi Note 10 series has the Google Dialer. And it works equally well as the MIUI Dialer, if not better. And hence, from our perspective, we did the right decision in terms of reacting to consumer feedback and trying to reduce some of the preloaded MIUI apps. And it's not like some other random dialer that we have put. We've actually put Google's own native dialer. And I'm guessing a lot of people will also appreciate this.
Yeah, right. Okay. So now, next one is also regarding MIUI. Now, few of viewers have said that the Chinese-based ROMs, which they have tested on their devices, Xiaomi and Redmi devices, are smoother than the Indian ROM. So I'm not sure about this because I have not tested the Chinese ROM. So why is that so?
I don't know whether I'm fully qualified to answer this question, Nirmal. Maybe I should get our product and quality teams to benchmark this just in terms of smoothness, responsiveness, app load times, and so on and so forth. Look, I've been using our phones for the longest time, both Redmi phones as well as our Mi range. I have absolutely no problems, and I haven't heard of too many people having problems in terms of smoothness of experience. But if there is a certain, of course, and everybody knows that the difference between Chinese ROM and the Indian stroke global ROM is the fact that the Indian stroke global ROM has Google Play services, which the Chinese ROM does. But that's a difference everybody understands. However, if people believe that there is a substantial difference in smoothness and performance and so on and so forth, happy to get this benchmarked, and we can do a diagnosis on what exactly the difference is and try and improve it. We'll take that as a feedback and an action point.
So next question is regarding one of the most important aspect, the availability. So even Xiaomi being the number one brand, why are not products available readily, and will this flash sale ever end? That's the next question.
Okay. 2-3 perspectives to this. One is in a product life cycle, manufacturing ramps up over a period of time, right? You get more confidence, the line production yield starts improving, and the production starts scaling up quite naturally. And this is something that's happened for pretty much all of our products. And we've been explaining this repeatedly again and again. That said, if you compare this with some of our product launches a few years ago, right, you will see that the transition from flash sale to open sale actually happens a lot earlier currently and earlier, and that's because our production capacities are expanding. You were there, I think, few weeks ago when we discussed our Make in India initiative. We are adding a new partner with DBG, which will expand our capacity by almost 20%. Then we have BYD coming up; they should be ramping up by the end of H1. All of this is only resulting in expanding the total capacity and throughput, so that we will be able to supply a lot more into the market. As of this point of time, the Redmi Note 10 series, of course, is available on Mi.com and Amazon, Mi Homes, Mi Store, Mi Studio, etc., and soon in many of the other stores too.
Okay, cool. Okay, and next one is regarding the offline availability. So now it's like limited to Mi Homes and a few Mi Stores and even Amazon. So when can we expect in regular offline retail stores the Redmi Note 10 series?
At this point of time, the Redmi Note 10 series is available on all Mi Homes, all Mi Studios, all Mi Stores. And mind you, we have 3,000 plus Mi Stores, over 1,000 cities, towns, and villages. And that's quite expansive, being India's largest exclusive retail network. So it's pretty much available across the country. As far as our preferred partner outlets are concerned, it will start becoming available in the coming week. We're also working. Look, we have no joy in denying access to our customers for products that they love, right? We're trying doubly hard to ensure that we make it available across the largest extent of the retail network. That is in our interest too. We're working doubly hard, and I want to assure everyone on that front.
Okay, cool. So those are the questions from me and as well as the viewers. So thanks Murali for having taken time to answer.
One thing I wanted to add one thing, Nirmal, and if I could use your forum to kind of speak to all of your viewers and listeners. There's been a lot that's been stated on the fact that Mi Homes are forcing people to buy additional accessories. They're forcing people to buy insurance products. We actually find a lot of this upsetting. I wanted to use this opportunity to clear the air on that. Let me make it very clear. When somebody comes to shop in a Mi Home or a Mi Studio or any of these outlets, are our promoters, are our sales staff trained to guide people in terms of what are the other accessories that they might buy, which might be more useful for them. For example, if I'm buying a phone, it makes sense to recommend an earphone, right? For example, if somebody wants to buy a phone for, let's say, online learning, it makes sense to recommend them an earphone, because online learning, with an earphone, that's how you can attend your classes. Otherwise, it's going to be too noisy. So our customers encouraged to explore other products like a power bank, like an earphone, etc., which will make their experience more wholesome. Of course, yes. Are they recommended a screen protect? so that in case the screen breaks, they are protected and they don't have to shell out a lot of money? Of course, yes, but never, ever is it forced. Never ever is it a case of take it or leave it. That is not what we stand for. That is not the experience we offer, and we will never do it. Right? We don't want to do it in our Mi homes. And that's something that I want to make clear to everybody out there. There seems to be some misconception, or I don't know what the reasons for some of those messages and videos are, but we're actually quite disappointed with the way this is turning out. This is not what we stand for. This is not the honest pricing and experience that we want to deliver to our customers. I just wanted to clarify and clear that air.
Yeah, definitely. That would be great. I mean, that point is definitely valid, because many are like looking at that those messages and videos that have popped up in the last few days regarding the Mi homes and issue with them. So this makes a lot of clarity. So thanks once again, Murali, for coming on the show and answering the questions we had with the Redmi Note 10 series. So once again, thanks a lot.
Brilliant talking with you, Nirmal. Thanks for this opportunity. Take care and wish you all the best, and wishing everybody a very happy Holi.
Thanks. Same to you.
Yeah. Bye.